Okay. Hello YouTube, my name is Aikal Saputra and today we will review IELTS test and TOEFL test from the channel E2 IELTS and the channel TST Prep TOEFL. And today I will break it down in terms of strength, weakness, strategies, tricks, and techniques. And I will review both of them and I will tell you the difference afterwards after uh, I give you the strength, the strategies, etc. Okay, so in terms of strength, I think the first thing is the familiarity with the test format. So if you like use this video, I think you can get the idea of the test once you get to the real test. So you can understand on how the real test question is with this type of video. And the second thing is finding your strength and weakness. With this video you can easily find what is your strength, such as listening or reading or speaking. With this video you can tell which is your strength, which is your weakness, which is good for TOEFL test and IELTS test. And then the third is practice English in general, because this is a full 40 minutes and another 40 minutes full of practice in English in terms of speaking, listening, reading, and etc. You can learn it from both of the video. So I think it's one of the strength. And we're going to we're going to move to the weaknesses. And the first is it may not up to date to the latest TOEFL and IELTS test, because this video is 3 months old and this one is 4 months old. So the test could have changed for the actual test, but I think the video still can be a reference if you're taking a TOEFL test in the April 1st. So that is one of the weakness. And the second is lack of feedback. Relying on these two video, you cannot get feedback by simply watching it. That's why it's one of the weakness. I advise you to take a friend and get a feedback from them. What's wrong with your listening or reading, by the way you pronounce it or anything, so you can get a feedback and get the idea on what you're lacking on. And the third is burnout. While the video itself is great, you can get a 40 minute of a bunch of study, another 40 minutes of study, but it can get tiring if you just sit there and take the 40 minute full of this, especially when there's too much of information you can take in 40 minutes. So I think it's one of the weakness. That is the third weakness. So we're moving on to the strategies for TOEFL and IELTS. The strategies I will take is I will repeat the same question until I can read it the way it's supposed to be. So I will take one of the question and then and then I repeat the question until I can memorize on what's wrong with the question. So the way I can the identify the problem in the question. And the tricks for TOEFL and the IELTS is I will try to watch the video twice a week so I can remember how to read it the right way, so I can know how I could, you know, hold up. So I could simply know how to read this and memorize it, not just uh, watch it and then forgetting it 30 minutes later. And for the last thing is technique for TOEFL and IELTS. The technique I would use is I will find a word that I struggle to read or pronounce, so I can pronounce it the way it's supposed to be. Uh, One of the example is Titanic. Uh, Indonesian people usually pronounce it as Titanic, even though it's Titanic or Sang. A bunch of people will mispronounce it, and other thing probably enjoy, most, about, and other things like that. Now that's the strength and weakness, and the other things. So what's the difference between this video? Both are test video that can be used to practice, but the main difference is the subject and the way they explain the question. TOEFL is straightforward. This is the TOEFL. TOEFL is straightforward and sometimes with explanation, while IELTS gives you the idea of what you're studying in the video, and they explain it in detail with the host here. This is the host, and they explain everything clearly. And if you ask me which video I prefer, I will prefer the IELTS simply because they have a host and they explain it to the in detail, such as this. They explain it one by one, break down the problem, uh, and how to solve it. They tell you how to solve it. So I think it's a positive thing to have in this video, that they have a host that simply point out what's the problem and uh, how to fix the problem, like how to simply do it. And I think that's it. I think that's it for this video, and that's why I prefer IELTS. And this is the review of IELTS and the TOEFL. I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.